Well, Mr. Bona,
are you ready to talk about the ghost of the grain, Uncle Randy?
No, I have not.
Or as they say in Germany, the Geist.
Geist?
Yeah, John talks about this all the time up there in the summer golf capital of the world, our next guest.
I'll tell you what, there is no better place to go.
Yes.
Tim Bona sitting to my left, who is Links and Libations national golf writer and Links and Libations host today on the Distilleries, Breweries, and Wineries of the world. And I am Randy Weckerly, I don't know what I am. I will find that definition soon. But did you know that if you go to Michigan, the Edmund Fitzgerald did sink.
Yes.
But they got the bell.
Oh, they have the bell.
They have the bell. It's all polished up, and you can still go ringing that bell.
Goosebumps when I hear that sung by Gordon Lightfoot.
Tell you what, I did some research this last year about why that happened.
Yeah.
And our friend Bob up in Mellon, Wisconsin, took me to the real story, what happened there. We're not going to go into that today, but on air, on the other side, coming from the great state of Michigan, it has two peninsulas. Did you know that? John O'Connor, president of the Michigan Craft Distillers, is probably falling asleep as we're extending this introduction. All right, and again, talking about coming from this great state of Michigan, after we had a little malfunction there. Yeah. That was my fault.
It's
again.
real, Randy. It happens.
John O'Connor, how are you doing, sir?
I'm well, gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for staying on, because what happened was that when batteries malfunctioned, and
it's all about the batteries,
and we had nothing to do with that, right?
Hey, John, you're up in the best fruit growing regions of the entire world. Michigan now ranks third in the nation for a number of craft distillers, and we tease the Geist, or the ghost of the grain. That's where all the tweaking and the unique flavors come out, correct?
Absolutely. We think what we do here really matters, because we do have that agricultural diversity in Michigan that gives us access to so many great ingredients that we can use to distill amazing products with.
Yeah, that subtle sweetness from the winter wheat in some of the beverages, and sometimes the American palate it's been completely neutral, but thanks to what you're doing, you're waking us up to some new tastes.
We're trying.
Yeah. And go ahead, Randy.
No, I was just going to say the Distillers Association was formed in 2014 to organize the growing number of small batch spirit producers in the state. Whose idea was that, John?
It was originally Kent Rabish from my friend up at Grand Traverse Distillery in Traverse City, and Dr. Chris Berglund over at Red Cedar Spirits in Michigan State, kind of the godfather of many of us craft distillers across the country. And those guys and a couple other folks, Rufino Valentine, got together and formed our organization, and we're over 30 members strong now.
Well, and what's helping a lot of your members is you establish your own definition of craft versus merchant distiller to help to identify operations. How does that going for you?
Good. I mean, we have some in our bylaws to be a member as a craft distiller. You need to make at least 51% of the products which you sell. We know that that's not everyone's business model to make everything in house, but we're all about transparency in the industry and really trying to highlight the people that are doing the fermenting and the mashing and the milling and ultimately the distilling. So we want to make sure we highlight the people that really are using the Michigan products to make what we think are some of the best products in the world.
And you're utilizing your labels on the spirit bottles to help you with that, correct?
Yeah, we're proud to put Michigan agriculture on our label. So people want to know where their products come from, whether it's their beer, their wine, or their food. And ultimately now we're trying to help educate people about spirits like that.
Yeah, we're visiting with John O'Connor of the Michigan Craft Distillers. And, John, we are threatening to come to Michigan this, I think it's August or September. Betsy Hill, our editor-in-chief, is working closely. We already have, if you're ready for this, 2 writers that are in the state of Michigan that are bringing forth some great articles pertaining to the craft industry, and also great travel area. Traverse City up there is one of the places.
Golf capital.
Going to be on our
absolutely golf in Michigan in the
summertime.
You
can play until 10 o'clock at night in the middle of the summer up in Grand Traverse. You just keep going round and round and round.
Well, they got treetops up there. They got that. What is it, Bay Harbor? That some beautiful. But then you have the whole coast.
Well, I played Bay Harbor last summer.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
Well, golf is not your competitor; it's your companion in Michigan with all your wonderful doings out there. But the real competitors are imported products, as you mentioned. We got to keep those out of the Michigan.
We're not. There's lots of great spirits from all over the world, and what we're trying to do, I think, is just showcase the fact that what we can create here is on par with, all the other great things around the world, and even try to enter some categories of spirits that maybe haven't been distilled in the United States in a long time, or if ever.
We've got John O'Connor, co-founder of the Michigan Craft Distillers Association, joins us today. Now, John, speaking of imported products, over in Scandinavia, the aquavit was huge, going back to the 15th century, and you were just awarded best in class. So, congratulations last year on your aquavit.
Yeah, actually, aquavit. When we started Long Road here in Grand Rapids, we wanted to, kind of take an approach of making old world spirits with our own iteration, and we loved aquavit. We only could get a couple different brands here in Michigan, kind of on and off, and so we said, you know what, we're going to make one of these for us. Not really planning it ever to be anything but something we made for us.
Right.
And now it's a thing that's put Long Road on the map. It's probably won 10 international spirits competitions at this point. It was named Best in Show at ACSA last year in 2017. And then my business partner and my head distiller just got back yesterday from ADI, which is American Distilling Institute out in Portland. And our aged aquavit was actually named Best in Class and Best in Category for specialty spirits. So it's the thing that gets us recognized now.
Yeah, and those awards are special because a lot of people have to do a little bit of sipping to figure that out. And it takes a lot of collaboration when you have an organization like yourselves. I would assume that even though you might be competitors, you all try to work together and pull together and help solve the problems of the state of Michigan.
Yeah, and it's for the members here in Michigan, we really did a great job. I think we had about 10 different members that got a medal at ADI this week. So it's a good honor, really bringing some recognition to not just my distillery, but all our member distilleries here in Michigan and the great stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, and specifically, you're at Long Road Distillers in Grand Rapids, correct?
Yes, sir. And
where you really like to have your guests and members just experience the things, just not taste, but experience the whole culture of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun because Michigan has a tasting room law, which allows us to have a space where we can invite guests in to do a tour, to try samples, to get cocktails, and really just kind of learn about craft distilling here in Michigan. That's one of our favorite things to do, is to have guests down and show them the whole process from, the grain that comes in from the farmer once a week to what it ends up in the final distilled product, and, really teaching people about the art and the science of distillation, and showing them how you go from the red winter wheat that we get from Denny Heffron's field
right.
to, the finest products that we end up bottling at the end of the day.
Yeah, one of the things we want to do is help support your industry through our Links to Libation social media platform, and provide good content to give to your Facebook followers and help grow those numbers. But more than anything else, when you have great stories that you want to send to us and get on air, or microphones open, and
awesome.
The door is always open, and we'll be sending you out a Links to Libation social media kit next week, and formally make you part of the platform.
No, that's great. We appreciate that a ton.
Well, thank you very much for being with us today, John. You have a great one, and always remember, you can call us anytime. We're ready to go.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Michigan, can you imagine all the great golf courses up there?
Oh, my gosh. Perfect summer weather. The beaches along the Lake Michigan, the fishing, the boating, the wineries, the breweries, distilleries, restaurants, nonstop festivals. That's a no-brainer.
We used to have a lot of fun. We had a big tournament. What was it called? The Point?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a group from Illinois that would, a few of us had some cars that could run quickly.
Yeah, and they've got a high-speed ferry you can take right over from Milwaukee to get over to.
Well, we took the high-speed 9094, I think it was.
That's not high-speed.
Anyway, be careful. We might come back, John.
Yeah, John.
Well, we'd love to have you guys.
Well, we'll be
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.
All right. Cheers.
Bye-bye.